Good evening, everyone. Coming to you live outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the super secret bunker beneath the blue blinking light. It's another episode of PAPAtv Live. I'm Pete Hendricks, and I'm joined tonight by Priyanka Kochar and Elise Phantom. How are you guys doing tonight? Or girls doing tonight?
Great, yeah, really good.
We have a great episode of PAPAtv tonight. We'll be playing some Rolling Stones and some Old Chicago in honor of International Jazz Day, a holiday that's celebrated every year on this day. And so we'll be talking about jazz music and pinball and having a great time tonight. We have Elise joining us tonight because over the weekend she was the winner of the Bride of Pittsburgh Pinball League Season 13. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And this is your first title, right?
Yeah, first place of any kind of competition.
No, we've seen you in the top four of a lot of events. I know in the women's division of the Pittsburgh Pinball Open, you were there, and I know you've got plaques for Bopple before, but how did your day go on Saturday?
It was good. It was tiring, sweaty, and a lot of stress the whole way through. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. Never a dull moment.
And while you were the top seed, you had to come through the losers bracket to win, correct?
Yep. The winner or the second place, Nicole, she knocked me out of the winners bracket, and I had to come back and beat her twice. Was not easy.
Great. So people aren't familiar with you. Like, what is your favorite game?
Walking Dead's probably my favorite game for some reason.
Great choice.
The game used to scare the shit out of me, but I love it now.
And how long have you been playing?
What year is it? 5 years.
The questions only get harder from here. And
how long have you been playing?
20 years.
Oh.
Okay.
Ever since college. But
Nice.
we'll get up here to our get started with our feature game, Rolling Stones, and we'll have Jake coming up. What do you two think of this game?
I don't like it. But I'm just trying to be honest. But I haven't had that much time on it. You don't really see them out and about.
It's not really a popular game amongst players. The Mick toy, or in our case, the Fred toy, just moving back and forth and getting in the way, it makes the game so unpredictable. Jake is off to a great start here, hitting lots of ramps. You'll see in the play field there are 7 inserts, and he's already lit his first one, Licks, which you get from spelling Rolling Stones. And Licks is over just that quickly.
This is like Papa's
That was a beautiful
Rolling
demonstration.
Stone, so it's going to play really tough.
And now stepping up to the game, we have a future Pinburg TD in Tia Roberts and our first appearance here. How are you tonight, Tia?
I am hanging in there. How are you, TD?
Good. What do you think of this game?
I'm not sure yet. I don't
But
love
if,
it.
but if we need any rollings tonight, we'll be putting Tia on the spot, making her make them.
I always felt like this game broke easy because of the Mick.
Well,
Or is it just his head?
it's just his head. Wow. Well, bringing that up, Mick, the Rolling Stones just had to cancel most of their world tour because Mick had heart valve surgery. So, pinball, he loses his head. Real life, he's had heart issues. They were supposed to be the feature act of the New Orleans Jazz Festival, but unfortunately, that had to be changed. But we hope Mick has a speedy recovery. Unfortunately, our Mick has a different way for getting a speedy recovery. James will pull it up here later.
You're doing great, Tia.
There it is.
Oh.
Hit all the lit things, Tia.
I see that. There's a lot of them.
Like I said, to get licks, you need to shoot the left and right ramp enough to spell Rolling Stones, and then every shot is lit. If you hit I believe it's 10 of them. 10 shots total. You'll get that licks insert completed.
So, and it's a mode, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty cool. I always get nervous with that. What do you call that shot with the two metal prongs that come out?
Call it the play records shot, the one that Tia just hit.
Yeah, that shot always scares me because sometimes the feed off of it will be dangerously down the middle.
Yeah, if the mode's lit, the post will come up and trap the ball and start the mode like she did there with mixed emotions. Other times when you don't have enough shots to start the mode, it'll just go up there and then fly back down. This is an excellent start by Tia. She's already got the Mick multi-ball. Will go good with mixed emotions. To get the records insert, you need to hit 25 lit shots. You'll see there should be 2 records on the play field that are lit, and they were moving around. Having a multi-ball gives you more of a chance to complete that. She also hit the VIP targets twice. They're on the left side. That's your mystery award. She got her out of ball the first time, and she got add more time the second time.
So in this game, does like the music choice, do you get to choose music or?
Nah.
I know some games you can't, and then other games like it doesn't matter. Like Iron Maiden, doesn't matter what song you're playing.
Now there's 4 songs within the play record mode, and in tournament mode they're in a set order, starting with mixed emotions. And I think Happy's the one that you hope to get if it's en route.
Oh, we just missed it. There was like a really clean shot of the Fred on the play field.
Good evening.
Hi, Evan. How are you
What's up?
tonight?
So, Petey, did you hear the truth as to why Mick had heart surgery?
I did not.
There he is.
It turns out, actually, he doesn't have any medical issues at all, but the science is trying to figure out why he's still alive, and that's why they took his heart. So. Thanks, I'll be here for a while.
Hopefully your ball isn't. That was horrible.
Oh!
This is the second time PD's called you horrible today.
Today.
Well, what are you gonna do? Because Tia had a great
did.
first ball, and you have no progress.
I just started.
I know.
You're doing great.
Gonna hit.
And he's done already.
Spoke too soon.
I hate this game.
I think was that my fault. I think I'll take credit
So-
for it.
Just save it up.
Well,
Next 2 balls.
you two can answer this. Like we're giving Evan a hard time. In women's leagues, is there this kind of good-natured razzing, or?
Oh, there's so
Yeah.
much. We have like, I don't know if we ever had awards for razzing, but there's some definitely top players that you know when you're playing against them.
That actually
That's
sounds
part
like a
of the
pretty good
game.
award to give out in the league, so I never thought of that.
Who the best razzer?
Yeah. the player that most tastefully gets under your skin.
I don't know.
Because you don't want to be a jerk with it, but you want to have fun with it too.
It's not like in a jerk way though, because like I don't know, I've played with Val a million times, and we like we just like just normally you just gotta talk to each other, and I think
Poke fun. Make
yeah,
fun of
poke
each
fun at
other's
her.
balls.
Yeah, like
The things that we'd make fun of ourselves for.
yeah, if you don't do it, she's gonna do it to you, and you're still having a great time.
Right.
I don't think I've ever been insulted.
Or the smack talk you could have Friday night or with drinks at your local barcade.
Yeah. Definitely like Bopple is like super fun to play in, and like everyone they know how to have a good time. There's
But
there's a ball stuck on Mick. He was like stuck on the track and then got freed.
and fortunately moved out of the way. And okay, right now you'll see a bunch of green shots. The one's not lit solid on the right ramp. What those are playfield multipliers.
Oh no.
Everybody out of the concert hall.
It's not mixed emotions.
And Well,
Which multi-ball did you have there?
Was it album?
that was the album. The other multi-ball that they can get is Rockstar. You'll see stars to the left and right of the right ramp, and then there's one on the left side of the center ramp. Every time you hit the lit ones, it gives you one letter towards Rockstar, and when you complete Rockstar, the Rockstar target to the left of the middle ramp there will start that multi-ball. So now Tia's already played her album multi-ball. The second time it's a lot harder. You have to hit Mick twice in every spot, so he becomes that much more of a jerk.
Close. Were you trying to go for this skill shot between the?
I think there is one there. Is there not?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually get it from the back or from the front.
Oh, I didn't even know that one.
Most
I just
people-
thought you can like short plunge it in.
Yeah,
there.
that's the easiest way to do it, but
Cool.
I went where I've short plunged it and was way too short and came down to the flipper, and then I shot it in and still got the skill shot.
That's exactly what I was looking for.
Okay, now Tia's got Rockstar ready. A nice nudge there. And she has her play records lit too.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're good. No, you're not.
Oh no.
It's gone.
Yep. But she's in a great shape
Still,
for her
yeah.
third ball. She has play record lit and multi-ball lit. And now Evan steps up again. Let's see what joke he has for this ball.
That's it. I got nothing.
Thank you.
This game is a joke.
Are there any other Rolling Stones games? Like any older ones?
Actually, there is. There's a. I don't know what year or what make it is. We have one here. I was gonna see if that was gonna be part of the broadcast, but they have it in parts right now. Working on restoring it, but up at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they
Is that a
have.
solid state.
Yeah.
I can't even think of what it looks like. Oh, I've never been there, but I heard they have a cool pinball thing right now.
Yeah.
Stop.
Exhibit.
Yeah, I wonder how long that's going on. I wonder how long that exhibit's going on. They're extending it. They're extending it to some sort of date?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was up there a few weeks ago, and they said it was going to be there for a few more months. They were busy working on a different floor preparing that one, but I don't know if there was a definite end date.
Okay.
All right, Jake. Still in the game, but you have essentially... Yeah, good luck with that.
Isn't that cute? Absolutely.
Yeah, get 40 million.
Right.
Oh, this was back when there wasn't much information in the
Instant info.
instant info, right? I mean, like you wonder how many more shots you need for combos or Rockstar or things like that. Well, there we go.
So, in order of Stern released band themed games, where does this come in? Because AC/DC has an instant info. Is
yeah.
that
This was
after?
after I think what Elvis than this.
Wow.
The chat could help us with that. And then there was AC/DC, Metallica, Aerosmith.
So this started it after Elvis.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Jake had the World Tour mode there. You get that by shooting the loops, and then you just want to keep shooting loops.
Oh, he
Are
probably
you
should've
trying
kept
to
shooting
shoot, Mick?
Oh, I'm sorry,
the-
World
no,
Tour.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
shoot the Rockstar targets.
Oh.
It's a dangerous. Normally, you'll hope to get him when you're going for licks and just missing, but he's one away.
If you haven't seen the Fred face, it is like a local Pittsburgh Pinball League meme now.
Well, actually, he had that as his IFA profile for a while. But we'll give Fred some. We usually razz him, but he is a good father. His daughter wanted his
Oh, when I
face
stumbled
painted,
into it.
and he was happy to do it. And
Yeah, and he got his face painted, at Kennywood to be a tiger,
Yep.
and then someone edited it as Big Game with his face on it.
That was
That's the meme
Mark.
I'm talking about.
Okay, so Jake has started Rockstar here. If I remember right, the Rockstar targets are jackpots. Yeah, shoot the star targets, and then if you get enough,
Oh, Jake.
the super jackpot is, well, it's that Rockstar
It was flashing.
target that you started with, but Mick's always in the way. You have to hit him to get him out of the way and then hit it again. Extra ball lit.
Oh,
Extra ball
extra ball.
still lit.
Still it. All right, Tim.
But a great game of Rolling Stones to be like 30-40, so that wasn't too bad of a game.
I'm
Jake
trying
did
to-
all the
fun.
basics.
I'm trying to think of like other games that have like a Mick in it. Like
Moving target in the middle.
yeah. Like obviously there's the big buck hunter buck. Does the Dracula on Monster Bash count?
I'd count it. He moves during the mode. He's generally still, but
Is Elvis a moving target too? Or is he just dancing?
he just dances.
I don't think I've ever seen an Elvis game. I didn't know it existed.
That's another one that you don't see
Right.
out and about.
Note to self: get Elvis on the schedule.
Oh boy.
Life goal.
What T is trying to do is hit that blinking purple shot there to the left of the middle ramp, and Mick got in the way. It always looked like a clean shot at it, but he's fighting here. But
Oh man.
Oh, it looks so close. It was so close.
okay, in our chronology, this was between Avatar.
What was that? Avatar and
And Tron.
So
Both
like
of those
what,
games are really good.
2007
How did this
ish or
get in between those?
later.
I don't know. We love Avatar, and we
Huge
love
fans.
Tron.
Thank you,
Huge fans of Tron.
Demented Warlock, for that information.
Thank God for Tron that rescued pinball.
You think so?
No, I have one more.
All right, he's got the one. Needs Mick on the left. He'll stay there for a moment, and then he'll move back. So now Evan's gonna have to hit him again to get
I
him
got
to
you,
move
Fred
or
Cobb.
wait.
Oh my gosh.
And he
You
missed.
did not
There
get
we go.
Fred.
He got him that time.
Alright.
All right, so he's got licks and album going. So this could be good points here.
How do I get an add ball? Oh, never mind. Answered that myself.
We have a comment from a B Tessier,
I don't know who that is.
I
but
don't
he,
know.
his comment is Tron is terrible. It ruined
No
pinball.
way. Tron's amazing.
He said, "Tell Evan Tron is terrible."
Tell
Okay.
Brian I am going to unfriend him after this ball.
All right, to get on encore, you see you have to finish 6 things there, and Evan has finished licks. The points grow as licks goes on, so now he's up to $1 million a shot,
What should I be doing?
ramping out.
Nobody really wants to see that though.
Yeah. Is there a wizard mode on this game?
Yeah.
Has anyone ever played it that long?
Alexander probably.
Yeah, it's
Oh!
the hardest one's the records, because you need 25 of them, and each of the modes is timed. When you're playing for points, you hope to get happy with a multi-ball. All right, now he has combos lit. He started the combos mode, and now
Ooh, that's a brick.
So you have to spell Rolling Stones.
No, there's 3 yellow targets on the right side. Will light the combo mode, and then the ramps will be lit. So if he misses. Okay, but we haven't talked about fast scoring yet. He's 2 pop bumpers away from that. To get fast scoring, you have to hit enough pop bumpers and then shoot it up underneath the drum there like he just did. Oh, no, he's still 2 away, so we'll have it lit now. We got Daniel Lotta in the chat talking about the LE having a Powerball. The LE of Avatar did have a Powerball. I don't know about the LE of Rolling Stones if it did or not. However, the LE of Old Chicago clearly had a Powerball in it, as we'll be seeing later tonight.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, darn.
All right.
Yeah, Evan with a very good third ball, showing how things can all stack up there, and bonus can be big too in this game. 24 million. Well done. And a match.
Oh wait, they're all free.
So now we'll let Elise go off and show her skills. And joining us in the booth is Jake.
Howdy, everybody.
How was your Rolling Stones experience?
It was everything I hope Rolling Stones to be. Start a mode, drain out. Not realize you're running a mode when you should be making shots. Shoot Mick a lot and sometimes survive.
Lisa's favorite jazz musician, so Thelonious Monk.
Today it is.
So it could change.
Way to commit.
I just give everyone a chance.
There are 2 skill shots in the game. Elise hit the easier of the 2. Just the lanes, you can rotate through the board lanes up there, and going through the lit one, you get your points. The second one is the play record shot.
Where does this hang?
Put on a plunger.
All right.
Everybody wants to play Rolling Stones so badly.
I mean, this isn't a game that I would own, but I don't mind playing it.
Yeah. Well, we all thought, we'd see some Aerosmith today.
Yeah.
It was a pleasant surprise. We get to see Fred dancing on the
There you go.
playfield.
Yeah, well, like the schedule says, game subject to change. Unfortunately, Aerosmith wasn't quite ready to be under the camera.
Aerosmith is not in the building.
Yes, Sarah Smith has left the building.
Evan Bookbinder, favorite jazz musician, Kenny G.
That is very true. I don't know if that qualifies.
All right. Those shots off Mick can be so, you have to be so quick on the,
Oh no, I saw that coming.
that's the thing about this game though. You can have a couple bad balls and still have a decent game, as Evan showed us last time.
Yeah, no, it's true. You can, pretty much there's no being too far behind in Rolling Stones.
Okay, are you going to try something different this time, Tia?
Probably not.
Honesty is a good thing.
What do you like to shoot on this game?
I'm just all right. Yeah, maybe I will just try to hit the bleep out of Fred. Maybe I'll go for that.
That was a good move.
No, you see, she hit that Rockstar target the very first shot, now that she doesn't need it. It builds up your Rockstar jackpot.
So that's good.
That's right.
Nice nudge there. If people in the chat want to tell us who their favorite jazz musicians are on International Jazz Day, or your favorite jazz instrument. I was always a fan of the saxophone myself.
Good pick.
True story. In elementary school, I wanted to play
There
the
we
saxophone, and I told the teacher that, and the teacher said, "You can't play the saxophone. You're more of a strings guy, like violin." And so I never played an instrument.
How rude. I think everyone has that story, though. I like,
What does it mean to be more of a strings guy?
yeah, who
I
knows that?
think it was a rude way of saying, or a kind way of saying, you're poor. We have violins that you can use. You can't afford a
Alright.
saxophone.
There's that.
But
I wanted to play
cool kids-
drums.
yeah, cool kids played saxophones. Nobody played the violin. So
Aw. Yeah, I was told I couldn't play drums. I had to play French horn. It wasn't.
that's
It wasn't
quite the trade-off.
comparable. It wasn't comparable at all. But also, if you want to know, I played clarinet for maybe a year, and I hated it because reeds are annoying. You just, reeds are super annoying, especially if you're a kid.
All right. James played the saxophone, huh? Maybe on an episode in the future, we'll have him bust that out and show us what he did. Tia with a lot of progress there, but no multi-ball, which she'll have to work her way back to all that.
Are you telling the truth?
I believe him.
This very musical guy over here.
So at least you played the violin, huh?
I did. Just in elementary school. Then I sang. Tried to use my voice instead.
Multi-talented. Pinball, musical instruments, and roller skates.
Roller skates. Oh. Made me think about roller now.
We'll get back to that on your next ball.
We should play roller games.
That's
It's
what.
another
In the summer, I
fan
think
fave.
roller games and Elise playing it on skates. I don't
Pete,
know if
I-
there's a liability.
I got the same story as you.
That's that.
I wanted to play the saxophone, except I was literally told we're too poor to afford that instrument.
Yeah,
But that's okay. You know, if my mom's watching, I understood. So I had 7 years of the clarinet instead.
well, you go ahead and plunge the
You like
ball.
reeds?
I understand the reed problem.
It's gross.
I want to thank Fishtails
Yeah, you
for
don't
the
share those.
bits on Twitch. Thank you very much for that.
Oh boy, we're immediately
are-
in trouble.
We are being broadcast on both YouTube and Twitch. Simulcast. Thanks for everyone that's watching.
Oh, stop moving, Fred. No. Nothing I could do there either.
Lose your ball. That's what you do
There
there.
is rubber on that post. I guess I could have done something.
Tia says she's going to go for a tilt on this ball.
Let's not.
Does anybody
So-
have a favorite Rolling Stone? Does everybody like Keith the best?
I don't know anything about the Stones. I'm the worst person to ask. Do you guys know anything about the
I-
Stones? Do you have a favorite Stones?
Oh, mine have to be Mick.
Why?
Because he's the singer.
Okay.
Petey always likes the front man.
Yeah.
Fred's really in the way here. Gonna make a problem.
He's just gonna keep dancing there.
Oh, that's right. Well, we'll have to get to that next ball. During our pre-production meeting, Tia claimed to be our Rolling Stones expert, so we'll ask her about the best album.
Yeah, there you go.
But now that we got Elise back up, so if we did have a roller games episode, would you be able to play on skates?
Yeah,
Nice.
done it.
Pinball on skates.
Two of my favorite things. Was born in the wrong decade. What am I going for here?
I mean, it's a deep. Well, you're still open for everything.
Yeah. That's true.
4 more for Rockstar. 1 more for, no, 2 more for Nick. Album? Is that what that is? Just the center for album. Oh!
I look thrilled.
It's
All
just
Well, that game didn't go quite as planned. I love watching Elise play. She always seems so calm while playing, but it's always so on the fly and reminds me of me.
yeah, you're an on the
Yes,
fly
it's
player too.
You're not calm though.
What are you talking about? I'm always calm. I show no emotion when I play.
No emotion.
None.
Nick, not even mixed. Just no emotion.
That's another terrible joke.
It might be his best of the day.
That's how I ended up in the science field.
Do they laugh at your jokes there?
They do. But we all think the same way. No. Oh,
Nice.
hello.
How much do you like Kenny G? Because it
A
says
lot.
it's your favorite jazz musician. Is it because you love the saxophone?
I do. But I
Uh,
honestly could not name a single Kenny G song except that one that was popular in the 90s or whatever. I
Brian,
heard it.
Brian is keeping track in the chat room tonight. He says, "Games, you're up 1-0, but bad jokes are beating you 2-0."
See, sometimes he brings the dad jokes, but today
I got nothing,
they're
guys.
just bad jokes today.
Yeah, whatever.
Swamp jokes.
Who's winning? That's all that matters.
Is it though?
No,
You're winning on Rolling
it's not.
Stones.
It's not saying much. I think I've actually lost like 9 balls already on this multi-ball.
Yeah, there was a moment there where there was 0 balls on the playfield.
Oh, there's about to be. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was right. He called a shot.
In the chat on Twitch, SlapSave asked, "Is Mick still on there?" No, he is not. He's been replaced. He's been replaced by Fred Cochran, painted like a tiger.
But, when this game came out, there were lots of air balls that hit the Mick heads and broke them off. And I don't know if they made replacement Micks, so our idea was
Would
putting
people
Fred's heads on it.
invest in another Mick only to get his head broken off again?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
How much does a Mick cost these days? Can I get it on eBay?
I'm sure that license is expired. Well, you probably could, but.
Yeah.
And Tia had. Oh, look at that! Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Okay, so he has that Rockstar target lit again. I hope she gets it this time.
Here it is. Oh, Nick gets it away right.
Backhand. I thought it was going to happen, and it happened.
Nice shot,
I'm so
Tia.
excited.
The rules in this game aren't very deep, but
Atta ball. Perfect.
with the unpredictability of the Mick, it's not an easy game.
Yeah. I've lost games at Fight Club playing this where I was shooting really well and Mick was just not having any of it.
Ooh, no. Stop.
And you just got the atta ball right at the last second.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Oh.
Still got the ball saved, and now we're done.
Blew that one.
But a huge double jackpot there at the end. It went through the back and gave her credit for it.
No, no.
3x bonus. This is going to be close.
No pressure.
Until I tilt.
No,
Oh, she's
no.
got the switch hit. That bright glowing target below the pop-uppers. Shoot it in that hole.
Yeah, that's her fast scoring.
Something's glowing.
Something is glowing.
This game is a little bit interesting in your bonus X. You get them by spelling
wanna
rock in the
post
end
pass?
lanes. However,
Would you like me to?
the
Yeah,
left
Kent. Nice.
Now shoot the thing that's right through Mick.
Good call. Backhand. Very nice shot.
It was very.
and not enough.
I'm so
No.
sorry.
What bad advice?
But wait, I don't know. Can they see this?
You're blocking the camera.
Yeah.
In front of the score camera. No, the other one.
Where's the score?
The
camera?
The one
turn
that's
around.
behind you.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we can't see that.
Oh well.
We can't see it, Dad.
Right.
Well, for what it's worth, there is a Rolling Stones Mick Target update kit with reinforced metal bracketing to prevent target breakage. Yours now at Marco's Specialties for only
$200.
$51.95,
Jeez.
I would not.
which I think is the entire value of this pinball machine.
Well, you come over here and celebrate your victory.
All right,
I
I'm
want
gonna
to
swap out
take
with
my
Pete.
crack at this thing.
Yes.
Start it up. Right.
Start it up.
Oh, we haven't used that yet.
I volunteered to not play this game.
That was smart.
If anyone was wondering what is happening, I volunteered to play Old Chicago all day.
Yeah, I didn't know this was in the program either.
The big problem is having me in the booth just gives me more airtime to make more stupid jokes.
Goody.
Producer Jim, cut the mic.
Oh boy.
Wow.
What's the best song on this game?
Silence.
This one?
Maybe this.
What song is... I don't even know. What song is...
I don't know. Are there any old Stones tunes happening over here?
They're
It's all
all
like-
old, Tia.
Tia, can you tell us
I
about
meant
your
ancient.
your favorite jazz musician?
Kamasi.
Yeah,
He's
I
my
want to know all
favorite-
about it.
He's my favorite modern jazz. He is a powerhouse. Aw.
All right, 6 notes down, and here we go with album multi-ball.
Can you stack multi-balls on this, or is that a no-no?
That would be pertinent information, but I'm thinking not, right?
Yeah.
I never
Yeah, I'm
played
trying to
this game
understand if
long
the-
enough to understand the rules that well.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I'm just not sure that the shots to build toward Rockstar are,
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh.
what do you call it? I mean, not achievable, but they don't count progress while you're in the album multi-ball. But someone in chat can correct us if we're wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the
Well-
case. Whoa, you just dug that one out from
That
below.
was really nice.
Someone
slow
clip
motion
that.
cam for that. I'll clip it. I love making clips on Twitch. It's my hobby.
I noticed this game, especially on the right flipper, the post catch is really nice.
Yeah.
Like almost Spider-Man-like.
On the Twitch chat, I can't read it. Steinby3 says, "Where's the new Papa HQ?" What did PD say we were?
We're in a bunker.
Hidden bunker under the
Underneath
secret
the blue light.
blue blinking light.
We're
Something
we're,
like
We're
that.
by that blue light you see. We're there.
It's somewhere outside Pittsburgh, just outside. The only hint we'll give you for now is we're no longer in Carnegie.
Correct.
The only other hint the meteorologist will give you is we're no longer on a floodplain.
Do you
I like
guys do
this
that?
game, guys.
If this building floods, there's several million people deceased in and around this area.
Yeah.
Good start, Tia.
Nice ball. On a happier note.
I'm really glad Tia got knocked out early on Saturday. I didn't have to battle her.
That's a huge compliment.
See a second seed there, right behind me.
I love the banter. Keep going.
Someone gave
I always use my.
Priyanka sleeping pills so she wouldn't show up. It's cutthroat in that women's league. I've heard.
In my defense, I was left alone.
That should never. He should never leave you unsupervised. I do like the combo scoring mode in this game because for those of us who don't always play the best controlled ball, this game has a lot of good flow to it with the combo shots in there. Yeah, I think the shots are easily makeable in this game, and other than the Mick target, you gotta think it's more of the theme as to why this game didn't draw a lot of love, and not so much the layout, because it's you know
It's
a fan layout.
Yeah,
right?
It's a really comfortable fan layout. I mean, I think the randomness of the Mick does it because it's just like you're lined up for a shot, you're ready to go, you're going to flow it, and then Mick slides into the way and throws the ball down the middle, and all of a sudden you think bad thoughts and say bad
The
things.
only game that, with a moving target, that really doesn't bother me, I'm not going to consider Dracula because he doesn't take up the whole play field, but Dialed In with QED, and I think it's maybe because
I forgot about that one.
it moves rather slow. It's predictable in some aspects. Where I mean, this Mick target, like you think the motor's going to burn out under the play
Right.
field. He's just going back and forth.
Right.
Just
Well, and
crazy.
the QED is more controllable in that if it's out, you can send it back, right? I mean, except unless you're in multi-ball or whatever,
Right.
When it's sort of going back and forth. So it's, you know, if it's out there and you smash into it, it's kind of your fault because you know it was there.
But I would say this moving target's probably a bit easier than, you know, Big Buck Hunter, owing to that target being a lot closer to the flippers.
Right.
Naturally, the ball's coming right back at you immediately. But, Jake, you and I were talking pre-game, and that for collecting the 6 notes, probably
Nice move.
objectively, that was a nice move. You want to save the middle note, the one up the center ramp, for last. And I think that's a great way to play this out, only because that shot is more likely to drain.
Yeah, it's nice to have.
Ooh,
It's nice to
drop
hit that
catch.
shot drain and see the ball safe kick on because you got multi-balled and to decide, well, maybe I'll get the rest of them on ball 2.
Elise is ripping away while you guys are talking, and I'm just living for it. Rockstar is lit.
Getting it.
Oh, that was so close.
Feel better about
That is
That
an
was
awesome ball one.
Amazing ball 1.
Wow. Good luck, Pete.
All right, Petey, how do you chase that down?
You shake your opponent's hand and get ready to move to the loser's bracket. That's what you do.
Pre-ball 1 concession. Yeah, this game definitely does play into your Massenkoff
nice.
style of play
All
there.
right, so Petey's.
Oh, that thing just died
Oh
right
no!
over the center.
Wow. So we think producer Jim is stepping in.
Oh, wow. This is a rare opportunity because Jim usually kind of dives in right at the last second on the last game, and we don't normally get to see him play a modern game. So Jim starts with the soft plunge option.
Yeah, not what I wanted to do.
Okay. Producer Jim, did you get any practice time on this before?
I did.
What'd you think?
I thought that right there. That's what I thought.
Oh. Mick was just like dancing, and he danced right into it.
Yes.
And then it went right into the K of
as,
rock.
As he does.
Well, he James had broadcast producer stuff to take care of
Yeah.
anyways, so, you know.
That's it.
Quite the spread in ball 1 scores here. But
That's Rolling Stones right there, right?
T
Like
and
you
a
can tell
not-
who encountered Nick at what point in the game.
So the second time around, is it more difficult? Do you have to hit the note shots twice
Yes.
or anything like that? You do. Okay.
At least on the way the settings are on this one.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That was actually a good read on a cross flipper angle there. All right, play records is lit, and just like that,
Uh-oh.
T's having mixed
Uh-oh.
emotions about this ball feed out of that shot.
Sure was.
So is it a strobing record? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can see the strobing record shot moves around. Right, so it's
Oh,
below the pop
this is a
bumpers
good
right now.
stack.
There you go.
So after watching Elise play, you can really, it's a real good flow game, as I
Oh,
Yes.
no.
noticed.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Is there
That
a,
was not what I wanted to do at all.
there's an out of ball in this game, isn't there, on this
VIP.
multi-ball?
I guess I thought it was always the VIP, but
It may be the Rockstar shot. I don't remember. Or VIP lights
Maybe
it.
someone in the chat knows how to get the out of ball on Rockstar.
But
I
Now
saw
would be the
someone get
time.
it.
Now would be the time for going for those records, though. That mode value.
oh, nice.
There it is. Was
It
the-
was the
There it
VIP
is.
target. Yeah.
That is what we call grace
Whoa,
period.
what's
That's
that?
coming back. That's not.
That probably is.
No.
That's,
No,
oh my
no,
gosh.
Twice.
Oh.
That was the
That was
danger
mean.
we were talking about. That feed from that play record shot
Yeah.
can
Is
go
the
right
Rockstar
down the
still
middle.
gonna be- No. Rockstar's still not lit.
And there's
Or
no
it's not
instant
still
info,
lit.
so we
No,
don't
you
really
like
know.
have to hit the next Rockstar target just to figure out where you're at. It's kind of frustrating. I know a lot of us tend not to look up at the display while we're playing just because it's
There it
a
is.
distraction. But that's ready for you, and there you go.
Fly.
Great shot. So when you get the shot multiplier ready, which are the green drumstick shots available at each shot, is there a particular place either of you would prefer to get that set up? At
Bless
least
you.
initially.
I heard someone sneeze.
Oh, thank you.
I would tend to park it on the center ramp, mostly because I feel like that's my bailout shot on this game.
That's why I
It's
did it in my
wide and
game.
It's there for both flippers. It might make sense more to put it on the play records shot because I think
Had a ball in the last
Nice.
second. That was
Wow.
awesome.
Who coded this game? It's a great grace period. It's like a Lyman Sheets grace period here. I think we'd have to look that up. Anybody in chat know who did the software for this game?
It was between Avatar and Tron. That's all I know. Anyway, someone in the chat mentioned that was a big mic drop after your first ball, Elise. You've got fans now.
What's your favorite Rolling Stones song, Petey?
Hang fire.
Land of Obscurity. Long way to go to spell Rockstar. So, oh, great
There's
nudging.
two
Ah.
dangers. Oh, that was it.
I thought that was the right move to get that out of side to side too.
It says in the chat, Pep Kern says, from Pinside Software, Lonnie D. Ropp, Lyman F. Sheets Jr.
Ah, so Lonnie Ropp did the primary coding, and yeah, it was a good guess. Lyman probably did nothing but put in the grace period code. He's my favorite coder because I need all the grace period I can get. No, both of them have done great work over the years for Stern. Still trying to figure out exactly what Jim's objective is here.
He's trying to hit that one star target and then hit it again. It's the left of the center.
He's got play records available there on that inner shot right there.
Oh, is that the only thing that happens when you spell Rolling Stones?
Yeah, that was kind of underwhelming, wasn't
You
it?
just get 100.
I thought he needed one more.
He did. He spelled it. And then it just said, it gave him, like, small points.
Oh, that was grand. Fantastic.
You can't really see what the ball's doing up there because of that big ramp.
No, that was a great nudge. Saw the ball heading for the out lane and basically pushed the machine forward to get it to hit the rubber post instead, and it put it right back in the playfield. So, all right. So in this mode, you basically want to hit the arrows, and those are kind of dangerous. So he's got Rockstar multi-ball ready. If we can bring that in, then another great nudge. There we go.
Nice,
Okay.
Nice.
So we got Rockstar going,
Fast scoring.
and then you want to hit the arrows. Basically just hit anything.
And VIP is your out of ball.
And you got one letter, there it is.
Remember, you also did move it a lot. I don't know how many dangers you have. You can get...
Yeah, this has a tendency,
Plenty.
too, to be
Just give you a bunch at a time.
10 million.
like one of those big balls, and then like 10 minutes later you make a nudge, forgetting you had the 2 dangers all that time
12
ago.
Wow, when you get this much of a stack, it's really
Oh, yeah. Because basically
14
every
million.
shot is doing like 3 different things.
Yeah.
Another
Another
atta ball.
atta
There we
ball.
go.
Yeah, stacking the fast scoring up with the multi-ball is super juicy.
Specials lit, which is probably good for some points. And that's available on the right ramp.
Watch it.
Man, that was a quick 20 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the rejection. It got up there
Yeah.
and then nothing.
That's rejection for
It's
you.
a McDrain.
A McDrain.
Looks like you have competition, Elise. Only a little bit, though.
What do I do now, guys?
What do you do? So you're down by 21 and change.
Yeah, we don't know what your multi-ball progress is.
So you've got 3 notes left for multi-ball. I'd try to get the 2 outer ones on a backhand.
That's a good start.
Super skill.
This is, oh boy.
And then there's Mick there to help out.
Yeah, that right ramp reject's tough for 2 reasons. The feet is kind of center, and 2, with the ball gets kind of lost under that giant tongue. Oh, I guess you're forced to take the ugly shot.
Yeah, we've got lots of 6 more targets to get Rockstar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
kind of in pinball jail, as we say here.
Feeling that.
Good combo. Oh, there's nothing you can do
Oh, there
about
was-
that.
There was something.
That's why I don't like to play Rolling Stones right there. That,
You
Off
see
the
that
top of
all
the
day.
sling.
right, like she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
And the game is just like, no, here's your lane.
So that ball has a tendency to hit off the top of the sling, and it's almost probably a anticipated move to move the machine slightly to the
Yeah.
right just to get it to hit off the inside part of the top of the sling.
Right.
But it's one of those you probably have to play the game a whole bunch of times to kind of get to notice that that's happening with some frequency. All right, so Lee's hoping to put a asterisk on her 31 million and counting here. Oh,
Nice special.
She is special.
which apparently is it's, not only that, it's worth nothing, right? I don't think that was worth any points. Yeah. 0 point special.
Maybe it wasn't as much of a special as we thought.
All right, I'm going to take my chance and see if I can do an Evan joke. It may be International Jazz Day, but if this ball doesn't go good, I'm going to start singing the blues. Yes, got a groan.
They're
That was
not
just
the
sad.
same.
That's just sad.
The Blues are sad, Priyanka.
Yes, it's
I
true.
know. Now I'm sad.
So, Petey, Tyler Sutton, our good friend, has a question for you.
Okay.
Why would you pick these games?
Because it's International Jazz Day.
I don't know if we've said it along enough. It's Jazz Day.
If you look to the left there, Evan, there's a set list from 1962 of the Rolling Stones at a jazz club. If you want to go through it, it's a lot more exciting than my ball.
You're
Okay.
in New York City.
Wow, this is really interesting, actually. It's only 6 songs, but we'll just go through this list. Which will occur first? Me reading this or PD's ball? Okay, Sweet Little 16 was the kickoff for this Rolling Stones set list.
Nice.
Then Blues Before Sunrise, Soon Forgotten, a cover of La Bamba. I kind of want to hear that, actually. Smokestack Lightning, and the Willie Dixon cover, My Babe. And then somehow those 6 songs would lead them to become multi-millionaires and live till the age 122.
So Petey started fast scoring and then started multi-ball.
So that's good, as we saw by Jim's ball.
Burned off some time at the beginning. I don't know if VIP is going to extend fast scoring. or
Nope,
not.
it just ended.
I don't know.
Fun fact, International Jazz
Oh.
Day was
Good, added
declared
more
in
time.
2011.
Well, that was some grace period.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it was in had he not done that.
The first move was good. The second move did not help. $9 million, James.
9 million. I got fast scoring done. I have licks done. I have Rockstar done. So I need World Tour combo and records to get to whatever the
Whatever.
whatever the
Wizard
mode is
mode.
called. I think it's called Encore. So, and I haven't gotten album multi-ball or notes multi-ball yet. So that's still actually available. And I have extra ball lit, which is probably not a thing.
Not here. Maybe he'll give you points.
After that last ball, I'm just probably going to drain.
Oh my gosh. That skill shot had like a close up of Mick's face doing that like pouty face, and it was really weird on the DMD. Like,
All right, trap up. You've got the 2 corner shots left for your multi-ball,
the
which is a good place to be.
the good ones.
The good ones.
I want to start.
Except
I
Mick
wanna
is just
start a
like
mode, though.
going crazy. Stop, dude.
That's because he's got a lot to travel. He's got to go from one side to the other side, to the other side.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, getting a record shot.
No.
Ouch.
See,
Kids, side-to-side motion is bad. That's the
It's so
takeaway
bad.
here.
it's an aggressive dancing.
Double match. All right.
You guys are winners.
The sound of the fake knocker. Is that it for Rolling Stones? Have we seen enough?
I think so.
All right. So, the fine folks here at Papa are going to swap out the games. And in the meantime, we will show you a few cool things like upcoming broadcasts.
PAPAtv,
Go ahead, Priyanka.
Jersey Jacks Pirates, and Stargazer. That's May 7th, 2019.
So that's a new change. Awesome.
It's a surprise. It's a fun surprise for everybody. And do you want to do the next one, Tia? Okay. It's PAPAtv. The next week will be Game of Thrones and Interflip Dragon.
Wow.
That's May 14th. So, keeping up with the times.
I mean, I love
Lots of dragons.
Game of Thrones, dragons, but really it's May 21st that I'm looking forward to.
And that's Johnny Mnemonic and Spectrum.
Yes. God, we've been pushing this off forever. It's finally going to happen.
And then all games are subject to change, obviously.
No, that can't be true. I heard code's coming. Like Soren's about to put out Spectrum code just so we can get this thing aired. So, well, some good stuff ahead, but some good stuff like right around the corner, and that is PinFest 2019 with, if you're anywhere in the northeast part of the United States or have access to an airplane or train or like long vehicle trips, go. May 3rd and 4th coming up next weekend. Allentown, Pennsylvania. Awesome show full of just everything pinball. This is like one of the go-to shows across the United States every year. I know a whole bunch of people from here are going.
Isn't that this weekend?
Yes.
Nice.
Which would also be the next, all right, this weekend. May 3rd and 4th. But there's a whole ton of different tournaments this year that cater to every type of pinball player. Newbie player, semi-pro player, amateur player, kids, women's, adults, you name it. There are separate divisions for just open to everybody. Like I said, women, seniors, kids, young adults, newbies, and a special Pinburg event where I think the prize is awarding someone entry.
Yeah, I think so. You're right. They have some like charity tournaments that you might be able to win an entry to Pinburg, which is pretty cool.
Yep, Gauntlet, which will be like a kind of a throwdown tournament. And, of course, the main tournament is a Stern Pro Circuit event. So it'll be a huge draw. It's always a huge draw for people looking to start their pinball collections off. This is a very, very world-renowned buy-sell trade show. So most people don't come in empty-handed. They'll come with their games looking to mix up their collections, and people looking to get started. I found at this show prices are usually pretty good. So I know people right here are going this weekend, and I would imagine probably a couple dozen of us from Pittsburgh are certainly headed over this weekend. And then we got a whole bunch of events coming up through the spring and summer that'll lead up to our favorite event on August 1st through 4th, and that is Replay FX. Has anybody here even heard of that replay thing? Rings a bell. So, what is this, our 5th year, I think, of Replay? But the pictures say enough of this thing. Music, cosplay, board gaming, arcades, pinball. It is literally a multi-day event that is something you shouldn't miss under any circumstance. Just look at this crowd here, and that is a crowd solely watching competitive pinball. And this extends all the way back through David O. Lawrence Convention Center. Tens of thousands of square feet of just crazy fun in the gaming arena. You name it, it's there for all ages. Little kids all the way up through the big kids and the old kids. We are partnered with the Pittsburgh Knights this year. So that's going to be awesome. Our big e-sporting group here in Pittsburgh. So between the Knights, the Papa folks, Pinburg, Replay FX, and all this gaming, get your tickets ready. Get them now.
It gets better and better.
It does get better and better and bigger and bigger. I don't know where we're going to stop, so I'm looking forward to it. If you haven't blocked that weekend out, do so now, because we want you here in Pittsburgh.
Do it.
And along with the jazz theme, we are switching over to a great old electromechanical game, Old Chicago.
This is one of my favorite games.
So I mean, Priyanka, this game's featured a lot of, pretty much all of the things that were available in that era for pinball machines are in this game somewhere.
So yeah, there's like top lane, there's a spinner, there's drop targets,
And a drain.
bumpers galore,
Drains.
and then there's a collect scoop in the middle.
That's a fun shot.
And then there's another one to the right that you should not forget, because sometimes it's really fun to hit that spinner. If you give it a good rip, it'll go all the way around into that collect scoop on the right. Or you can have the infamous reverse spinner, where it comes back the other way and goes through the spinner down the middle.
So because of the way the flippers are uniquely oriented against these short vertical lane guides, basically, that are typically seen at the top of the playfield, like this game also has, as well as the two pop bumpers mere inches from the drains, this is a game that your typical flipper skills probably aren't going to work too well. And drop catches and things to try to stall the ball are probably to your advantage.
Yeah, you always have to be ready, because any type of movement from the ball into the pops could redirect it fast, and you won't have enough time to react because the pops are right on top of the flippers. Ooh, look at that. We have a reverse cam into the belly of the beast.
That is awesome. So those are the electromechanical score reels. And you'll notice there is just tons and tons and tons of wiring back there. And that's what we had back then. To me, pinball machines of this era are really marvels of engineering. When you think about all we had were really motors, switches, coils, and relays, and that's it. And then all of this is done really with those four main parts. So
What you had back in the day?
that's right.
I mean, you are.
No, that's true.
pretty,
He's dating himself.
I'm very old.
Also,
Producer Jen really likes to make old
Along-
people jokes.
That's all right. He'll drain quickly.
a long time ago, the Pittsburgh Pinball League got this game at one of our locations, and it was like the flavor of the month, maybe. We played Old Chicago nonstop. And we also had like one day where it was like a mini challenge to see who could spell Old Chicago. And the only way to spell Old Chicago is if you hit that target on the left that says 1,000, and that will give you an Old Chicago letter, which is very dangerous.
So Priyanka, you were with me last fall at the 24-hour Sanctum tournament in Connecticut.
I was.
Did you happen to draw this game?
No, there were so many games there, I didn't get to play it.
Yes.
And I would have been pleased because
So
I love this game.
I had, I'm going to say unfortunate pleasure of drawing this game at about, I want to say about
Nice move.
7 in the morning or so. It was like, 22 hours into the tournament, and the brain just did not function. I don't think I spelled "ol." Never mind Old Chicago. I'm pretty sure I took dead last on it.
Yeah, I was talking before the stream that like I know a lot of people don't like games where the pops are by the flippers. I think it keeps it fresh. Like that. It just like keeps it fast and fresh. And there's a game that I like to play called Jumping Jack. It has the same flipper underneath pops orientation, and you just nail clown drop targets all day, and that's really fun.
That's a great game. And well, I guess that's an exception, but I don't think the pops are that drainy necessarily. There's only like 5-10 degrees of angle on the whole 360-degree circle that would force the ball down
Would you like to show us?
the outline. So Jim gets on average about one good ball a night, and we saw that already. So
Yeah.
Double bonus ball, so now it's time for a house ball. Oh wait, I've already had 2.
Yeah, so
wait, are we set up for 3 balls?
No, 5.
balls
3
3 and
is double.
5
3 and 5.
will always have double
Hey, I
bonus.
flipped!
I didn't know that.
I flipped!
Oh, I think you could have saved that.
Also, our good pal, John Rapogel, hates this game because of the time that we had this at League, because people would pick it all the time against him, and he said that if he ever had the opportunity, he would take a chainsaw to it. And we know he loves chainsaws.
This is true. Like, I wouldn't dare.
Oh, you tilted.
So violent.
Yes, you can hear it quietly
No,
count
this
down
is-
that bonus as it's throwing it all.
Well, it's not that quiet because it doesn't have the back of the back box is gone, so it's kind of loud.
I've been trying to work on a late 60s Gottlieb super score, not having much luck with it because I'm really mechanically inclined with all the solid state and newer stuff, but I'm just trying to learn EMs, and it doesn't have a back to it like this. And there's 3 exceptionally loud bells in the back of the game. So as I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it, and I'm setting off all the bells constantly, and my wife's just like, hey, turn that thing off.
You can just disable the chimes.
No, it's actually coils hit an actual
Oh, no.
round bell.
That sounds like fun.
It's very loud.
You've
Ooh.
almost spelled old Chicago.
How close is I?
That's a really solid bonus there.
Double bonus that old Chicago.
Yeah, double bonus.
All right, Jim, plunge either of those top lanes.
So I don't know if you can tell on the back or on the artwork. There's like an actual address. What is? I can't see what it says. Jim, can you read the address?
Webster and Clark.
So if you
or
Google that,
Wabash and 22nd.
if you Google that, it's a White Castle.
Nice.
I've Googled it.
Oh, White Castle.
So that's where they're partying right now.
For our Chicago friends watching the stream on YouTube and Twitch, if you'd send some White Castle to Pittsburgh, we'd be forever indebted to you. I don't know if it'd still be edible by the time it got here, but it's the thought that counts.
Do we know? Do we know what year this game came out?
I'm gonna say mid 70s, just based on the features available.
I showed up the middle and it didn't stick. I was looking for the year, but I don't see it.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching some old Chicago. I see there's some people in the chat from Brazil or... Yeah.
So Brian
Nice.
Tessier says 1976. All right.
I love the play field on this too. It's very like Art Deco, and it's got a spinner and lots of bubbles on it, I think.
It's our second week in a row
Oh, and
featuring
there's ladies.
pink.
There's ladies in glasses on the top, and there's lots of bubbles around them.
Right, so we could have done this with Vegas from last week and had for like National Pink Day. Well, that's a good shot.
Oh,
Oh, I thought she had the bounce to get it over the out lane,
Valiant.
but still with a huge lead. 62,000.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it.
You can do it.
this ball and the double bonus ball is all you need.
Another one of James' misleading statements.
Reverse spinner. Sometimes it'll be deadly.
Nope. Nope. Nothing.
Spelled Chicago.
There you go. Just keep doing that.
10 at a time. 10 at a time. Or that's not even 10. It's not lit. Someone dropped all the targets the first time.
Yeah.
He rolled the tens digit.
The tens, whatever.
He stepped up. He's like, I'm going to roll that 10 digit.
Did you hear it's International Jazz Day? Check out this fine band on the
I don't think they can see that actually.
Oh, well.
Zoom.
Jake's
Oh,
on it? Okay.
I think you got disconnected, guy. Producer Jim,
Now playing
save
at the
us.
Club Alarbum.
This is a ball that counts. It's a double bonus ball, and it went right down the middle for a double of nothing.
That's a walk-off loss.
This is always the curse. This is the ball that counts.
Like the last ball in Super Orbit.
Yeah.
Always a house ball. There was a lot of games in this era that would offer double and or triple bonuses on the last balls.
This is that thing you said was bad.
Oh, that didn't go out the way I thought it would have gone out.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. The pop bumpers had that little narrow arc. There's also this big arc over
Well.
here too.
I can't wait.
All right. That's why I'm here in the booth. I did really well in geometry, too. So there's probably like 50, 60 degrees out of 360. That's bad. That's an excellent nudge to get that up over that lip.
Right.
What are you going to do this ball?
Roll it.
Nice. Such confidence.
James Kuntz, the babe.
You know, he should have had that.
Down the drain. He actually
You
got
had
should've
Flipper.
He got
That
second
was
place, though.
definitely
There
I did come in
was.
second.
Oh.
You know, Pete, I think this game needs an alteration.
Are we going to do the alteration
Yeah,
now? All right.
Yeah.
One more normal.
This is my first
Alright.
game of pinball. I can't start with the Powerball.
Shh, shh, shh.
Old Chicago
What
Limited
Powerball?
Edition.
Not the LE version. Am I putting 4 on this? Yes.
Yes.
Jim said yes.
Right.
You'll see tournaments where players will roll this game once or twice, and you're wondering, like, how is it set up?
They're just better than us, Pete.
Well, that's not hard.
Welcome, Pete, back to the booth.
Thank you.
Oh, that was
Nice.
fantastic.
Praka's had like
So there was
multiple beautiful things in this ball.
what you couldn't see on the stream with her hands was pushing the play field forward right as the ball came to the edge of that lane guide there, just to get it up and over the out lane. This is going to be a little more trouble.
She was ready for it, too.
Yeah.
Just the pop bumper didn't give her a chance.
The thing that's sad was that was a super skillfully played ball and
She has
not many
10,000.
points because you didn't get that much bonus.
Oh, wow.
Into the saucer.
That's trouble. Yep. Yeah, that ball looked big, too, and 8,800.
Yeah.
This old Chicago. This is a great game. As opposed to what Nick Jaquay in chat says. Thinks it's a terrible game. He's not invited.
Right.
That's right. Cut off. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But look,
And yeah, he almost.
and he gets 7,000 points
Right.
doing nothing.
Right.
Is that what it is?
This game needs a code update.
Yeah, get your soldering iron out.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right. Just
Call it-
reattach the leads in different scoring positions.
Instead of Old Chicago, it'll be New Chicago.
Yeah, and instead of being jazz themed, it'll be hamburger themed. White Castle. You have to spell White Castle for fast scoring. Every week I throw out these great ideas and Stern doesn't listen.
Nobody takes you up on it.
Oh, Tia.
Now that is skill.
Everybody's still in the game.
Ooh,
There's 4 balls left.
I need this skill shot. Does it change when I hit the rollover, or is it the rollover is just 1,000?
I think there's on each side there's a bumper.
Yeah, the bump.
Yeah.
There's a switch behind them that alters
Right.
it back and forth.
Yeah. So if you can stay at the top and then drop in, it won't switch. But sometimes it does that. Yeah.
Change it.
And they're very sensitive. Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, not much you could do with that.
Fast and loose.
Yeah, you can't do a slide save. There's no dangers.
I'm seeing another theme in tonight's
That's why I did
machines than just jazz, which is
Death.
brutal drains you could do nothing about.
Yeah, for the next game, we'll have to there will be 20 balls played. What's the breakout of the drains going to be? Left out lane, middle, and right out lane.
You know, the PAPAtv got smart. They didn't even put light bulbs in the A, G, and O in Chicago because they know no one's ever going to get that far. So why waste them?
They needed them for another game and
Yeah.
they pulled them out.
So, Jim, strategy?
Roll it.
This isn't Hollywood, man.
Oh.
Nothing you could do about that.
No.
No. He flipped.
So
I think we should just have that on like an audio clip. There's nothing you can do about that, Jim. Just like every ball.
the name of this episode, Roll It.
Roll it.
Roll it.
Yeah, that wasn't the common theme for tonight, rolling.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
dead bounce action.
I like it.
Yeah, getting that saucer can be, the one up top can be pretty big.
Yep. Oh.
Again.
She took the lead there, but you could see that she was a little bit panicked and it cost her.
Yeah. The geometry at the bottom of this is really funky. And you can just get those weird little side bounces.
Nope,
Yep.
Oh, man.
I plunged wrong.
You plunged poorly.
Hey, double
Well-
bonus ball.
As soon as you plunged, it was wrong.
Yeah, I like the short plunging approach on this game myself.
That was a backward spinner that
That's good.
lived through.
But not
Yikes.
the beauty of Old Chicago. We could probably get 10 games in before the broadcast is over.
Right.
No, I'm not going to do that. That'd be real annoying.
There's no time for soft plunging.
All right, here we go. I feel like this is going to be a good ball.
Free White Castle to the first person to spell Old Chicago.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a good challenge, actually.
Did you?
All right, Tia steps up down by 1,000
And she has an O, so
70
as
points.
long as she doesn't tilt, she is in the lead. No pressure.
No pressure.
And
It's like you think it's going out the left, and it just goes all the way back across the playfield.
So I'm sure we have them turned off, but how do you light extra ball and special? The drop targets?
Probably like 3 banks full.
I don't know if it says. Oh, knocking all targets down lights the left bottom out lane to score special, and then lights the right out lane to score 1 extra ball.
Because you can never have enough old Chicago.
I'm sure those are on too, given how hard this is. There we go.
Do you see the play extra ball sign?
come on.
I'm gonna play it eventually. I know it. I have a feeling.
All right.
So was this one of the games you picked on your path to victory?
No, but it was picked for me. It was right after playing a game of Aquarius that I barely won. And I was stuck on the 1-player mode, and I went up and plunged a second ball and quickened that game. Ended that.
Oh no. We're all nodding because we've all done that.
Yeah.
So
It's not if you'll play somebody else's ball. It's just a matter
it's
of
when.
Yeah.
Usually you only do it once.
I did that in league this week. I said I'll be player 4, and I went up as player 3 and just started playing. Whoops.
Oh, that was me. I thought it was.
That was you. Totally
So
you.
Did you get DQ'd? Because most people want to
Yeah,
go
I did.
last, and I would be like, hey,
I had to DQ myself, yeah.
I know it's the rules, but sometimes I'd be like, whatever. It's a fun league.
Ooh, yeah. That is.
You can't tell your league official though.
Well, Fred was in my group too, so there were 2
Oh,
league
There were
well,
2
officials,
league
but
officials, so
yeah,
you can't even.
You're pretty much done at that point. I said 3rd.
the score sheet doesn't lie, especially when I'm the one who wrote it. Oh, nice.
All right.
I usually just forget to put the game we were playing down.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So, Moppy G. Well, that's an interesting username on YouTube.
Yes, it's a very rough
Says
day.
it's a rough table.
Yeah.
Other than the Novus 2 polish on it, everything about it is rough. The cabinet is very rough, and it plays rough.
The sounds are good. Very jazzy.
Oh, nice. All right.
And I feel like that collect bonus saucer is so satisfying, and it's like when you get it early and it's not worth anything.
Yeah.
I want the spinner.
What's sad is it's not doubled. Only the
The drain's doubled,
only
right?
the center drain doubles. So. But it doesn't take your bonus away, so you can. If you can get into that mode where you can collect it and shoot it up there again and again, you can get a lot of points. I think that's how the multiple role games go. Is somebody gets something built up and they get a good enough feel for how to control the kick.
Oh, look at these
So nice.
Oh,
like
we
purple, pink glasses.
need the
are
Blues
amazing.
Brothers quote right about now.
The bubblegum one, or
No, it's dark, and Elise is wearing sunglasses. No drains.
dead last again, Jim. What
So
are we
what's
gonna
your
do?
strategy here, Jim?
Roll it.
I'm gonna hit a 1,000-point targets.
Oh, changing it up.
I like this. This is advanced strategy here.
Oh, look at that! Look
Hey,
at that! Look
he
at that!
called his shot. Ooh, and
Oh,
there we
there's
go.
another one. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a lot of letters.
He spelled old C
Chris,
and dead.
Oh,
but that's
That's
8,000.
8,000.
Jumps into the lead.
Chris Warren in the chat starting the quote for me. We're on a mission from God. Yes,
Yeah.
playing Old Chicago might as well be one.
So spell old Chicago, right?
For fast scoring. I know if this game had come out later, it could have had like the chimes or whatever play Aretha Franklin music or something. Little,
Oh, nice!
That was beautiful.
Blues Brothers.
And a trap.
Oh.
We have our first trap on Old Chicago tonight.
Should I
Hear
try
that
the
flipper
other
coil
thing?
burning hot.
Oh,
Yeah, tap passes.
oh crap.
You know what, though?
You went for it. All right. So here's the thing.
Tia learns never do anything that producers
This
tell you
game
to
is
do.
has got all that beautiful white in it, but the ball is silver. And so what we need to do is put a ball into it that's white that matches the game better.
Yeah, I think so. They got all these specialty balls now, and
Right. Your
Why
Spider-Man
go-
can have a spider pattern ball.
Yeah,
Your
so-
old Chicago should obviously have a beautiful white ball.
Should I go first?
You can go first.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Jake, I think this is gonna go bad.
Oh,
It's gonna be fun as heck.
We had it this way
Always
for a
goes
while,
great.
and we played it before. It is a lot of fun.
You ready for this?
Shoot the white ball for super fast scoring.
I'm gonna lose my mind, and then I'm gonna.
So, what we just put in this game, because we're evil, is what most people will recognize as the power ball from Twilight Zone. And those of you who've had a chance to attempt to play with the power ball in Twilight Zone know exactly what that means. So this is a non-metallic ceramic ball that it's slightly larger than a regular pinball.
No, it's the same.
Is
it's
it?
the same diameter
I thought it
as
was
a regular pinball.
slightly, but it weighs
But
less.
it's about 70% the weight of a regular
Said it's
pinball.
fast.
So the amount of backspin you get on this thing because of the weight differential can lead the ball to do some really funky stuff. Huh. I could have sworn it was like a 16th of an inch
No.
bigger.
Holy cow.
Same size.
This is good. I like to play fast, right?
Yeah, for people who complain that EMs play too slowly,
This is one way you can fix that. Oh, nice tip.
And with the Powerball, it seems you can survive the backwards spinner shot.
we've had a couple returns from the spinner that I think it's the slow one that kills you, and with the Powerball, there's nothing slow. Oh, man.
Great reflexes, Elise.
But we may actually get our first old Chicago. That's 2 players already had 5 letters.
They don't carry, though, do they?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
But I don't think we had any old CHs in either game before that.
I had old CH on my first ball, and that was the last time I saw it.
I had O.
That's the last time he lit the L, D, C, or H.
Yeah. The beautiful thing about the Powerball is it never dies
Oh,
in
nice.
the pop bumpers. You can always get one more nudge out of it.
Oh.
Oh,
Ball
who
2.
started a 3-player game? Oh.
I thought you put 4 in.
I know it's my fault.
Good.
Good.
Make that clear.
Producer error.
Well, when Tia comes up for her next ball, we'll test her. You'll see. These great opportunities to practice Pinberg rulings.
Nice spinner shot.
That was not as juicy as the spinner is sometimes. But the spinner in this game, it takes, 5 clicks, and then gives you a
One,
Yes.
Yeah.
old Chicago letter.
and
So
because
a
this
good-
game's not hard enough, we haven't gave it the Papa juice.
Right. A good rip on the
Oh,
spinner,
wow.
and then
Like, our frame rate isn't even fast enough to see what just happened there.
a good rip on the spinner, and sometimes it'll go into that captive ball on top. So sometimes you can get 2 or 3 letters on a good spin and into the saucer.
And that gives you another 3, right?
No, just 1. The saucer up top gives you 1.
Yep.
All right. So, what's your strategy?
Okay, Tia. Well, wait.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got a question for her.
This was supposed to be a 4-player game, but only 3 were started. What's the rolling?
You gotta start over again.
No, James just loses.
on PAPAtv, James just is sad. In Pinburg, we'd.
With the Powerball.
Fade to black. But yeah, it is the responsibility of all players to ensure that the correct number of players has been added.
It is the responsibility of the producer to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Make sure that.
So the slow speeds out of the spinner backwards kill you, but the fast ones are all right. Important safety tip.
Pro tip.
If you want to be safe, go fast. Just look at that ball, how it's flying around.
I was ready.
Off the 100 bumpers, into the scoop, and
Yeah.
you have no time to think with a Powerball in Old Chicago.
There's going to be like a sudden surge in Powerball pricing on all the pinball parts stores tonight. Why didn't I think of that?
So what you're saying is Doug Polka needs to put a Old Chicago with a Powerball on the stage?
Target pull with Powerball.
Yeah. Or what's the one we always use? Like high hand or something?
High hand. Oh, high
Oh
hand
my
with a
God.
Powerball.
That's his cruel.
Note to self.
Nice.
Doug just texted me, you're the new tournament director of Pinburg. Sweet.
Oh.
Nick Y in the chat literally just priced out a ceramic ball for my
Somebody
flip a
order
card.
one right now before they go
Nice.
away.
Yeah, get them while they're hot.
Somebody do that right now.
I'd like to see it in different colors, like a nice day glow orange, like when I used to play golf in the winter and try to find the ball in the snow. Put that in Snow Derby. Ooh, Snow Derby with a Powerball with those
I've played
spinners.
a Powerball in Genie before, and that's really fun. I don't know if you've done that.
I haven't done that. That's a.
Our
You
old
just keep
clubhouse.
jigs
What did Nick Jaquay put up? Was it X's and
X's
O's
and
or
O's
something?
had it,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh,
Yeah.
that was so evil.
Oh, and the soccer themed game.
Oh, and kickoff.
Kickoff, yeah.
Yeah.
That game's terrible. Speaking of terrible games.
Kickoff is cool.
But like one of the old games where there's the 5 balls in the trough and you have to manually plunge them. Put a regular ball, a power ball, a glow ball. What else do we need?
The giant ball from Hercules.
Yeah.
That wouldn't fit.
No.
Break everything. What?
Nick Y. Also, already tried 2x4s under the back of the legs to speed it up. Maybe we should raise the back of the legs of this.
We already did. They're all the way out.
That's not high enough.
We need longer legs. You guys just want me to play on the stool again.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that took a weird angle. I didn't see that coming.
Moppy G.
All right.
Question: what's the difference between the ceramic ball and the silver ball? The ceramic ball is lighter, and magnets do not affect it.
Not that there's any magnets in this game.
Yeah, in this game it's impervious to magnets, but it was originally in Twilight Zone, so the spiral shots wouldn't stop it.
Oh.
No.
50.
She half rolled it.
That's pretty good for a Powerball game.
We already have ball 5. Wow.
happened to ball 4?
Oh,
man. This game's just eating everybody alive.
because it's a lighter ball, it would be faster.
And you'll also get a lot of unintentional backspin, which leads to some interesting feeds into the flipper.
Much harder to control.
Good plunge.
All right. Nice.
Oh man.
Oh.
Man.
Jeez. All right. So Priyanka is the Powerball queen of that one. 50,000.
All right. I want in on
I
this.
want in on this too.
I'm gonna play it again.
Yes.
I'm gonna put 4 in now.
If you don't put in enough players, then we'll have to start over. It's all right. I got this. Welcome to the PAPAtv Playhouse, where we will have a great battle on Old Chicago with a Powerball. These 4 combatants have been testing their pinball skills all day, and now they face the ultimate test.
What was that? I can't.
Priyanka with a very tough drain down the right out lane as the Powerball says, I will not come to your flipper. Powerballs cannot talk, but
They don't talk back.
They're just
sings
laughing
to
all
me.
the time. The sound of a Powerball is just someone laughing wildly as they go past you at 70 miles an hour.
at the end of this episode, Rod Serling's going to come out with a message.
Oh.
You may think you have control, but once the Powerball is in your game, there is none.
That was a pretty good impression, Pete. Like
All right, I'm going to roll it.
Somebody's gonna
Plunge
roll it.
wisely.
That was a good plunge. He got the L.
I've never seen anyone shoot directly into that top saucer.
Oh,
Nice
we have
rip.
old Chica. Old Chica.
Nice rip.
Meltdown,
Oh,
That was
Fast and loose, but that's how we like it.
no White Castle for you.
Is that it? The winner gets White Castle.
Whoever gets Old Chicago gets White Castle.
Yep.
Is Jim gonna get a letter?
I got one.
He got the L.
You gonna get another
did.
letter?
Oh, way too controlled for the Powerball.
That was the slowest Powerball.
Oh, I untied my shoe.
All right, so
It's dangerous. Sometimes I untie my shoe while I play.
Jake with that monster ball has the lead. The other 3 are all close together.
so.
Rip it.
Yeah.
Good strategy.
Determination. That's a rip. Oh, that's even a backward. Oh. Nice.
Ooh. That wasn't a rip.
Looks like we might have to put a new ball in that last spinner light there. Getting there.
Definitely getting there.
Old Shy. Oh, nice nudge.
Beautiful
Oh, another
nudges.
chance. Got it out.
Priyanka's going to show us how to do this.
Oh, beautiful. 1 letter to go. Don't think about it. Just nail it. We have old Chicago.
Guys, we have a problem. We can't give out the address for Papa. How do we get it here?
Trent puts it in a machine and he delivers to
Someone
us.
drones it over.
Nick Chiquet with a question: who would put a Powerball in an old Chicago?
Definitely not
He
Nick
would.
Chiquet. Definitely not.
Nick Chiquet was going to be responsible for all of our techs at Replay FX. So if you find Powerballs in weird places, Dan Hall did it.
That's right. I think what should happen is anytime you find Priyanka at a tournament now, you should just bring her a bag of White Castle. You're in a town where there's a White Castle.
I did it.
Come on.
That was really fast, and you saved it out of there. I just discovered this
That was
Powerball will bounce, but sometimes it doesn't bounce hard enough, and you have to encourage it to bounce more.
Yeah.
But it will bounce.
oh.
Maybe this should become a theme. We put the Powerball in every one of our last games of the evening. Powerball and Stargazer?
Oh, that's brutal.
Do we still get to play Stargazer?
Of course.
That Stargazer is beautiful.
Forget finding themes for the week. I just need to find games that are going to be good with a Powerball in it. Oh. This is a heck of a battle we got here. Priyanka 32, Jake 31.
Could you play Dragon with the Powerball? Yeah, you gotta get the dragons down. That's the thing.
No, you don't. Oh, yeah. Right, that's how you play the game. You shoot the dragons. Oh, I forgot.
Where did you teleport somewhere, Tweety?
No. Oh, we'll get to that when we actually play Dragon, but the point of Dragon is not to shoot the dragons.
But if you want to have fun,
If you want to have fun, then you put a Powerball and you shoot the dragons.
We like to have fun around here, I think.
2 weeks from now, if anybody can shoot 20 dragons with a Powerball, they get White Castle.
but I want to roll it. Does that mean I get White Castle for everybody? Or just beat Evan?
Nothing but net. As we're closing in on the end of the broadcast, we want to send out congratulations to Jermaine Mariola for winning pretty much everything at Yegpen, and to Andrew Rosa for winning Pinball at the Zoo over the past weekend. I know Pinball at the Zoo was a circuit event. I don't believe Yegpen was, but still winning 3 tournaments in one weekend, that's a heck of an accomplishment.
Where is Yegpen?
Edmonton.
Oh.
It's all the same.
Canada.
They had the Canadian Championships.
Is it a tough read from over there, or is it just me?
All right. 2 balls to go.
All right.
46,000 and change to roll it. No pressure.
Zero pressure. Piece of cake. Super easy accomplishment.
Thanks, Tia.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
That just wasn't nice. No, the good news is that keeps you in the game, Evan.
Surely you jest.
Is this is when we get to start.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You
talking
can.
smack on this
Yeah.
guy over here.
Get real razzy.
Yeah, it was a great shot. 1,000 points. Good use of it.
Woo.
I can't hit the broadside.
Look, we don't even have to do it. He does it
He's
for
just-
himself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's that?
I don't know.
Come on, bookie.
Suck.
Yeah.
Roll it.
It's in the sights.
I
make
heard,
my
I
own
heard
sound
yeah, I
effects.
heard that flip.
Ooh, beautiful stall.
That's
Beautiful
your reward
train.
for ripping it.
That's it.
Angela did call outs for Mustang. Jake could do sounds for a future Stern title.
I liked it. It was like
Okay, I did the math to roll it. I got to spell Old Chicago all the way, and that'll get me 10,000.
Okay.
And then I gotta hit the collect bonus saucer like 8 times, and I'll be good.
Okay.
So that's my plan.
How about you just get past Evan? Start small. Oh, that's one collect.
One.
It's so unsatisfying to hit the collect bonus with one letter.
All right. Priyanka has the lead, but
But what?
that's it. But
Wait a second.
that's it.
Period. Yeah.
Fill in your own blank. But she's going to spell Old Chicago with double bonus and just say,
Oh.
No.
oh, almost.
Great game.
84, 930. Monster game. I have no idea what Evan's doing here.
Down by
Trying something new.
61,000. I'm trying to hide my shame in this hoodie.
Try winning.
I did. Clearly, I can only do that on modern games.
But you're still ahead of James. Remember that. You're still ahead of James. There's hope.
There.
And well, Jake, you're comfortably in second place.
I got a hill to climb.
Let's see it. I am in your mind.
Gonna get that extra ball first off. Oh.
Not this game.
It's okay. Jim said he's gonna roll it. So
He did. He has 118,000.
Okay.
Don't you remember?
What's your strategy?
All I have to do is spell Old Chicago and hit that collect bonus. Because the collect bonus won't give you double bonus because
No.
it's just outhole scores. It is.
You only need to hit it 6 times.
Yeah. Well, if I hit it 1,000 at a time, I got a long way to go.
well, I don't know.
Good plan.
He's got some strategy. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
He's fighting. One more letter will get him past Evan anyway.
That was interesting.
Oh.
Now you're just old.
Wow.
Oh, the tables have turned on the old jokes.
I am old.
Yay! Sorry, I didn't mean to. I was just reading.
Priyanka schools them with Powerball Old Chicago.
I was saving up all my Rolling Stones energy for Old Chicago.
Oh, we want to thank everybody for watching tonight. We got a little crazy there on Old Chicago, but that's what we're here for. Thank you for coming and watching and having fun with us. Come back out next Tuesday when we're doing Jersey Jack's Pirates of the Caribbean and Stargazer, and who knows what we'll put a Powerball in. We want to thank Elise Phantom for coming out and congratulate her once again for being the Bopple Season 13 champion. Thank you to James for running the booth, and for Tia, Priyanka for joining me, Evan and Jake for playing as well. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.